right, Shimmy, let's take a look at your newest set here. This is the letter to your friend. Let's see. First of all, I don't want you to get into this habit. The letter should probably start Dear Mike, not hi. And you should show that you understand the um, the conventions of letter writing, where you put the heading here and then you leave a space and then you begin your text. Okay. So don't do this. Write it here and then space and then begin your text. Okay. So how is it going? Hope you're doing well. As you may recall, okay, full stop here. As you may recall, comma, I've been looking for a new job for the last 3 months, and guess what? Here you guess what should probably have a question mark. I finally got it. Or you could have had a colon here. Not I finally got it, but I finally got a new job, one. I started in the new company. It's not any new company, but it's the new company from your job. I started in the new company this week. I'm so excited that I couldn't wait to let you know. I couldn't wait to do something, we say, okay? So I couldn't wait to let you know. Not how was all the process. This is not a question. So there is absolutely zero reason to use question form here. What you want to do instead is you want to change around the syntax and you want to change around some of this language to make it accurate. So I am so excited that I couldn't wait to let you know all my news. For me, this would probably be the most natural expression here. Okay, so as I told you the last time we spoke, I had been working as an associate for that tech startup for almost 2 years. Unfortunately, the new managers changed the culture and the work environment became really toxic. All right, that's some really great language. Very natural, so I really like that part. They started to focus on revenue instead of the product, and people started quitting as the managers were ruder and ruder with us. Great. Anyway, I got bored as well and started looking for new opportunities. Then I saw this great opportunity for a new company and I took it. I quit a month ago. Now, we do talk like this. We say, I quit like a month ago, but we don't write like this. And we especially don't write like this when we're taking an English language exam. So while, yes, you would hear native speakers talking like this, you still want to show your examiner that you understand the difference between appropriate informal language in a letter and how that's different from what we might say in everyday speech, okay? So I quit about a month ago would have been better. My new job is awesome. Now, here, a comma is not enough. You could put a semicolon and that would be better. My new job is awesome. I'm part of the developer team and I'm in charge of new members. That means I am not just in charge of programming, but mentoring as well, and that's amazing. By the way, do you know I'm moving? I bought a new place close to New York and I'm moving there next week, so big changes everywhere. Great! I love this. It's so natural. But maybe this should have been its own paragraph, okay? Or at least it should have been in a separate paragraph, because you're talking about your job and then all of a sudden you start including this new news, and so that was a little weird. I wouldn't have put it there. I would have put the other updates in your life. I would have put that all together separately. A tip here is that you really want to use the bullets here as something of an outline for your writing, okay? So it kind of tells you how to organize your letter. So essentially, each one of these bullets could effectively be its own paragraph, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, so finally, just to let you know, comma, my family is okay, and they'll be traveling to Florida this summer. Full stop. It would be great if you could meet them if you have spare time, of course. And obviously, you're more than welcome to come and visit me whenever you want. That's it for now. I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers, John. Okay. Um, so a lot of this was great. A lot of this was so natural and really very friendly and had so much like the right tone. And so I liked that. But then some of it needed a little work, it needed a little guidance and a little just finesse, essentially. On the whole, you've got the right idea. So I want to move on and take a look at this essay about the advantages and disadvantages of international and domestic travel, of travel in general. So let's see what you said here. Traveling overseas and internally has, this is one thing, believe it or not, has been highly increased over the last decades. Now let's talk about the words increase. A lot of people are tempted to use it as a passive verb, and I absolutely understand the logic behind this. But in English, it's not used in the passive. Something increases. That's it. Full stop. So, traveling overseas and internally has increased over the last decades. That's it. No commas, nothing. The ease of access to means of transport has boosted travel around the world, comma, bringing with it, because it's not gendered, a plethora of opportunities for commerce and economy. However, mass tourism brings its own drawbacks for local people and the environment. The positives and negatives of traveling are discussed below. That's lovely. One of the most noticeable advantages of traveling is economic growth for the locals. No, for the, oh, okay, I understand. For the locals. I didn't see that full stop there. Fine. Areas where there are frequent travelers usually experience an increase in investment. Businesses like hotels and restaurants start growing, comma, generating employment sources for the community. Additionally, tourists usually increase their spending by buying souvenirs from places they visit. Another benefit of traveling is the knowledge of the new cultures. People who usually travel to different countries have a broader view of the world and more tolerance for different customs and traditions. All right, good. I like this. You talked about two advantages, you extended each one of them. The grammar was good, the vocabulary was good. I liked it. It was a good paragraph. The only thing that I might suggest would be to kind of wrap this up with a statement that more or less mirrors your first statement. So it's essentially like a conclusion. So what you could have done here is something like, therefore, travel provides multiple benefits, both, or rather, travel provides benefits to both the traveler himself and to the society. Okay? Or to the traveler himself and society. You don't have to use the. Either way. Okay? So that would have been really nice here. It just really kind of summarizes everything you've said here. And that would have been a nice addition. All right, so on the other hand, massive tourism. Now, careful, we don't call it massive, we call it mass. I'm also a little concerned about your use of on the other hand. Typically, we use this together with on the one hand. So you should use on the one hand here, on the other hand here. When you don't, and you just use one or the other, it's a little strange. So it's a good idea to get a handle on some alternatives here. Like, for example, in contrast would have been nice here, would have been fine. So, in contrast, mass tourism has a direct negative impact on the environment. Places that receive myriads of tourists are usually fighting against trash and litter. In Sri Lanka, for example, beaches are full of plastic waste, and a comma is not enough here. This has become a major environmental issue for the authorities, flora, fauna, and population in general. More than 60% of the city budget goes to clean the tourist places, comma, affecting directly the local population. Housing and living costs are another major problem for natives and locals in places where there is an influx of tourists. Due to the high demand for places to stay, prices are excessively high, and the local people can't afford them, generating a displacement of this population to other places. Oh, wow. I am so happy you said that. What a great example of a negative. And you know why I'm so excited about this? Because many times, Shimmy, I see students saying things like, oh, travel is negative because it's expensive. That's not a negative of travel, okay? The cost. That's maybe, how can I say it, like an unfortunate kind of side thing. But what you're saying here, you could definitely say, yeah, this is a problem that is directly associated with travel and it creates an issue. So I think your example was spot on, and I'm really happy you mentioned it. I was really happy with this paragraph. I thought it was super well developed. I thought it was really nice, and your ideas were really well thought out. Of course, many people will argue that IELTS is not an ideas essay, or it's not an ideas test, but rather it's a test of language. But still, the fact that you were able to kind of pinpoint this idea shows that you understood the topic. So there is something to that. Okay. So I was really, really happy with that. So well, 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 well done. Okay, and great language and all of that. So, overall, traveling has economic and cultural benefits for countries and regions that depend on tourists for employment generation and investment. However, mass tourism has serious environmental cons for the visited region and might generate a housing problem for the locals if measures are not taken and it is done accessibly. Beautiful. Really, really nice. So I'm so happy with this essay. Really, I thought you did a fantastic job. I want you to feel really good about this. Um, Now, looking back at your letter, there were little things that we talked about. We went over them, details. But, at this point, at where you are in your IELTS journey, the details are going to make the difference. So that's what I want you to focus on, okay? Nice job, and I'm looking forward to your next set. Good luck.